Hey everybody, today I would like to talk to you about string doubling. String doubling being obviously, as the name implies, the act of playing two strings at the same time. Why would we want to do that in a solo or during a song is because it's a way to fatten up the sound of the guitar, whether you're using distortion or not. And sometimes if you're in the lower register, it also allows you to sound more like there's a bass playing with you. I find that very useful because, well, I don't play with a bass player. I haven't for quite a while, and so creating that illusion works, for now anyway. If you're thinking about string doubling, probably the most famous exponent of that would be Chuck Berry. And so I would certainly recommend that you would listen to his music and listen to all those double stops and double strings that he was made him famous, or that he made famous, either way. And I think that would be a good thing for you guys to listen to. You can also listen to a fair amount of it in ZZ Top, specifically the Lagrange stuff, you know, those sort of riffs. And if you even do it with lower register. So that sort of thing. So the idea here again is to just show you a quick little trick, and hopefully you can incorporate that in your playing if you don't already, or it might remind you of something you used to do. So the first example I'd like to take of string doubling is a simple blues shuffle. So let me get closer so you can get a better idea of what my fingers are doing. We'll start with the fretting hand over here. So as you can see, I only have one finger down. That's my index finger, and it's at the second fret of the D string. And my right hand, I've got two fingers involved here. My thumb on the A string and my index on the D string. So what we're doing here is using the index. The index remains your anchor finger. It never moves from here, from its position. Then I will add my ring finger, alternatively add it and take it off, at the 4th fret of the same string, so the D string, and then my pinky at the 5th fret. And with my right hand, I'm picking both strings together, hence doubling strings. So that drone of the A, because really my thumb, all my thumb is doing is this. Okay, and then using the index, so it's almost a pinching motion with the two fingers, except that they're on two different strings, adjacent strings. So that's one thing. Now, you may have heard me play this riff before, where I get a little blues and E going. And then often I go up to the register to the 12th fret and do that little descent thing. Now you could do a single string, but it sounds kind of thin, especially again if you don't have any distortion. So just getting both strings at the same time, be that the B string and the high E, and plucking them together with these two fingers will always create something that, to my ear anyway, is rather interesting. So if we look at this riff again I'll come closer, it's easier. If you look at this riff again, really all it is I'll put my ring finger to cover the two strings, the B and high E, and then using two fingers, my index and middle, I'll just pluck at the same time. Note that my thumb is down here, but I'm not using it right now. It's just here for support for my hand, like an anchor, as it were. So then I come down to the 12th fret, same two strings, and then that will be 12th fret of the B string using my ring finger, 11th fret of the string right above it, the G string, with my middle finger. And then I lift the index finger, and since I put down my, pardon me, I ring the ring finger, since I have my index finger at the 10th fret, it does the note behind it, so we have this. And again, I lay the finger down to grab those two strings at the same time. And at this stage, the two strings are the D and a G. So. And even at the end of the riff, when I do the, so I'm at the 3rd fret here on the low E, which I bend up, release as a pull off, and then you can see that my two plucking fingers over here, again my thumb is here only for support, the two plucking fingers are ready to go. So there's nothing fretted here. But the fact again of using the double strings as opposed to, that's a little thin. Just one string, two strings. Adds a little girth to the whole thing. And that's really the idea of the string doubling, is to add that girth, as it were. What a terrible sounding word, but I think it's descriptive enough of what we're trying to accomplish here. So, you know, little exercises for you to improv on, and certainly use whatever riff you like and try and double it and see how it sounds. Try it clean and try it with distortion. See if you like it as much. Sometimes if you have too much distortion, you don't want to have that rumbly, you know, bass or register notes, and sometimes you actually want them. It really depends on the song. But I'll leave you with that idea though, which is there is no one fast and true rule other than try it out. See what it sounds like when you do it. See if you like it. If you do, well, fair enough. You know, probably somebody else will too. You know, enjoy that. Also, use the doubling strings when you can as a drone, especially if you play Celtic music, by the way. But even if you don't, like the shuffle we said earlier on, the thumb grabbing that A string, that never changes. That's just your drone. Then you get to the next chord. It does the same thing. Again, it's the drone of the thumb. So plenty of fun there to experiment with. If you were to have any questions, ThreeChordGuitar.com. Thanks for watching. Be well.